welcome back, everybody. I'm Ethan Bianchi, and I have a very special guest with me today. He's a McClatchy alumni. He's now our varsity football head coach, Coach Malcolm Floyd, everybody. Welcome on, Coach. All right, first off, how are you? How's your family with everything going on with the pandemic and just life in general?
If I kept it real, we'll be here for like 30 years. But, I guess in comparison to how other people are doing, we're doing excellent. So I just hope everybody can get through this safe. Just minimize the deaths. I think that's the thing that's troubling me the most at my stage of my life, that I get to see this. But luckily, I get to be with you and your generation to see that we have a bright future ahead of us.
So you have some hope in my generation to fix this stuff?
Because you guys are wise. You guys will learn all this stuff and fix the mistakes that we've made. So you guys will be all right.
All right, that's good to hear, Coach. All right, so McClatchy football, it's coming off a bit of a down year, but this season, I know I didn't want to go there. I have faith in you turning it around. So how do you feel about the Unported team heading into the future?
We're talking about it in terms of like individual squads or individual players, but I try to look at McClatchy football as just one big family. And I love it because, we have the best of everything at McClatchy, water polo, academics, visual and performing arts, debate, we get down, but unfortunately our football team, we don't keep up with the norm. However, to have those kids ride out every Friday, ride out every Saturday, going out on the field, risking their limbs, because football is a dangerous sport, for them to go out there, man, I can't tell you how much I appreciate them, especially when they pull in the funds that they pull in. But without, regardless of the funding, I'm just proud to be a part of a program that will highlight kids, even though we're not successful in the win column. We try to make these kids successful in the classroom and after they leave. So yeah, I'm proud of our squad. Hopefully we'll get a couple wins, and then we'll add to that, because we want to build that type of history. Of course, I was lucky to play on a football team that won a few games, but man, I also started off as a freshman, losing every game but one. So, eating those moments, learning how to overcome, I think those things will help you out in the future.
So do you try to teach these lessons to your kids on the team, like just these life lessons off the field as well?
Oh, yeah, because, so Ethan, our water polo team is probably the largest group of kids on campus. Those young men are just massive. And to have those guys on the football team would benefit the football squad, but would it really benefit those gentlemen, especially if their love is water polo? And so my job is just to, whoever comes out, whoever's attracted to football on our campus, out of the 2,100 kids, man, my job is just to make sure that they have a good time playing that sport. I'm not there to just ream them, because, and our student body. So most of our football players like to kick it. They're not the most scholarly type students. So I feel guilty forcing them to learn how to run the perfect route, which I learned in college and in the NFL, more than going to class on time, because I think those things are more important. And I love my coaching staff, because all of us are educators. They all feel the same way. Yes, football, man, that is important, learning this play, but man, I need you to show up to class every period. I need you to, knock out these assignments, because if you can do that, then it'll be easier on the football field, as as an athlete. But, it's tough when kids, they see football, they think it's the greatest sport ever. They're like, oh man, I could do that. They see their coach went to the NFL. I look like a nobody. They're like, I could do that. But then they don't understand I was talking to somebody else about the psychosis that, it takes to be a professional athlete, an entertainer. Those things are tough. You have to just be focused And for our kids, it's tough for them to get through 20 minutes of lecture. So, if that's an issue, then I'd rather focus on the lecture part while they're on my football team than focus on, man, get this bomb, man. I need you to run this route at 4.5 seconds because that's what we do if you want to go to the NFL.
Yeah. You talked a little bit, like all of your coaches on the football program, they're all teachers as well. So what's it like for you, like seeing them around campus every day, knowing that they're there for the kids as they're going through their classes? What's that like for you?
You gonna make me cry right now. Nah, I miss these guys because they, Coach An or Mr. An and Mr. Fisher, Coach Sharma, my brother's on the staff as a varsity coach, Sam Floyd. He's an elementary school teacher at Leotata Floyd Elementary. I said that 9 times, but to have all these guys who are enforcing, academics, over what the norm is. And the norm is, man, go kill him, no, you're stupid, you idiot. To go against that and to say, man, it's okay to make a mistake. All right, hey, man, you need to be in class. I think that to have coaches like that, I'm so lucky. We're lucky too as a community.
Nice. So right now, it would be the first couple weeks of the season, first couple games. What do you miss most about being around your team right now, like as you normally would be?
So first, this is the first time we've been undefeated in the fall since, man, I can tell you. So we're undefeated.
I know, you're doing good this year.
Boy! Yeah, you were trying to kill us earlier, but yeah. So, no, I'm just kidding. Man, just the camaraderie. Trying to help young men and young ladies, because we have Nadia on our squad. Just to have these young people learn something new. Because we usually get better as the season progresses. And that's not to say that, we get to win more games, but they learn the concept of what it takes to be a team. And by the end of the season, people are crying. I don't know if you've seen the Monterey Trail game, but we got blew out by 90. But after the game, they took more pictures than Monterey Trail, who just won the Metro League title. And, we're about to be the second seed in the playoffs, or the fifth seed or something, to win I think they won the sections. But, to see that squad, not to say they were content with losing, but to know that, man, they worked hard this whole season, the best that they could do, because they, I love them, but I wish I had a couple guys run a 4.2 40 and throw 900 yards and stay out of partying, at the parties, But just for them to play the best of their ability, to understand what it takes. Hopefully, they can carry that on to the future as they, become better people in society.
Would you say that's one of your favorite parts as a coach, like seeing these bonds form and come together?
Come on, yes, that's it. Because these guys last forever. I add them to my Facebook or whatever, and they still have these conversations, and it's good. It's good to see.
Going to your past a little bit, so you're one of the most highly achieving athletes in McClatchy history, and you're on the Wikipedia page for like I'm giving you that.
Anybody can be on the Wikipedia.
All right, I'm giving you that. Anyway, you played several seasons in the NFL. What was your experience like with that?
Guys, I was just explaining to my wife that it's probably one of the most satisfying points in my life, because I had been poor for 21 years. And so to get this lump of change, and it wasn't a massive, but it was enough to get us out of poverty. And so, I was heavy. And then to share those experiences with some great guys, but then to grow up. I mean, I was 21 and I was playing Madden all the time, and please don't tell Carly's mom, but I was, man, I was doing what stupid guys do, football players, And so, just going to the NFL taught me to be mature. how to conduct myself, how to act, because now I'm a 21-year-old with 35-year-old men, and they have families. I'm not around a frat house or football players who like to, party and have fun. So I think that's a part I take away from it the most. And then of course the experiences with my teammates. I miss a lot of guys who are passed on, but those experiences, you never forget. I played more in the league than I played in college and in high school, so it was pretty good. I don't talk about it too much because, I call them the boys, but the squad, man, they get fixated on that. I want to be in the NFL, and I'm like, man, that's all that's the product of hard work. At the end, when everything has calmed down, but man, that journey is ridiculous. It is crazy. And, again, like I said, if you can't make it through first period, then you probably shouldn't try out.
There's other stuff you have to do first. Your brother also played in the NFL, right?
Oh.
What was that like for you, just like both ending up on that pathway? I don't think you never got the chance to compete against him, no?
Oh, no. Well, my whole life, ever since he was a baby, I've been.
Well, yeah.
And then it was in the NFL. I think he was in the 9th grade, and we were just playing basketball at CV Circle, and then someone threw an alley-oop, and he just dunked on me. And I was like, oh, I guess I'm done. I'm obsolete. Anyways, to watch him, and it wouldn't. And here you go. You get to hear something that not too many people know. I'm not real big on football. I treat it like a game because I know the supply and demand is ridiculous again. A lot of kids give their life to play this sport, and there's only going to be a select few that'll ever reach the highest level. But they make it seem, that everybody can make it. So all these kids and fathers have these dreams for their kids, and moms have these dreams for their kids, and push it through. And that's the last thing I think a kid should do. Only if they want to go out there and get smacked in the face. But if you don't want to get smacked in the face, man, you shouldn't be forced to go out there. So for me, I'm not big on my babies playing football, which is nuts, because I'd rather them focus on academics, right? And so that's my whole dilemma. Do I focus on teaching them the finer aspects of football, or do I teach them the finer aspects of life? And I think that's what we do for the football squad, is just teach them the finer aspects of how to survive out here in the sport.
You talked a little bit about, so you had kids that went to McClatchy. You talked about Carly and Jamie. What was it like for you as a father, just like being able to be around them at school and just watch them grow, and also go to the same school as you went to growing up?
You're gonna make me cry again.
I know. I'm sorry, Cody. I'm not trying.
So this whole Ethan, I've been lucky. I came out of a neighborhood that was tough, and then I was able to have financial means to live in an environment where I can raise my kids and decide my career. So knowing that we were going to move back to Sacramento, and I had Jamie at the time, I knew that she was going to go to McClatchy. So I decided to get my teaching credential. A couple people helped me out, enticed me, but then they, led me in that direction because I wanted to be with my daughters as they went through McClatchy, because there's some bad things happened at McClatchy back in the day. A couple people got shot up, but anyways. So now 15 years later, because Jamie was, I think, in kindergarten. Now Carly's in her senior year with you. Some people say blessed. I'm lucky. I'm just lucky to have this chance to walk my daughters through life. Not even try to be an imposition. Just try to, whatever they need me to do. But I'm there if you ever need me. So, and that was the selfish part, because I get a chance to teach my girls. Work with my girls. But But the collateral, and not damage, but the collateral gain is cats like you. Being in this situation right now, today, with you, because I'm 47. Well, you don't got no business talking to me. But since I'm connected to Carly, I'm connected to Jamie, put me in a situation, and, I'll get many more experiences like this where I get to grow. So, yeah, it's great being with her, but, cats like yourself, being with the football squad, seeing dudes in the cafeteria, I think all that whole experience, I'm a miss when I leave. So, yeah, it's great.
No, I'm the one that's going to tear up, Coach. No. All right. So, we've been talking a little bit about your family. Your mother was Leotard Floyd. Can you talk a little bit, if you're comfortable, with just about her legacy on Sacramento and just her community as a whole?
This is something that she has done. Her and my father met in San Francisco, working in the same housing project, public housing, helping out the community. So moving to Sacramento was something they were going to do the same thing because they just had it in their blood. So, for them to have an impact, because I've seen it, with no financial means, I knew I had to be there for my kids in the community. So that's why I coach McClatchy football. That's not, I could coach hoop or I could help out with water polo, but I'm going to make sure, if that's the worst thing that we got, man, I need to be there and, try to help us out, at least have them be good men. So, watching my parents be in the worst position financially and still give back, I have to give back. So, to watch my mom and dad, to see them now, I've watched it all my life, so it's hard to be like, yeah, it's great, but it's kind of cool, I guess. I guess Jamie and Carly, they marvel at it, but I think I remember more of the hardships with them, and now I get to reflect on the hardships and say, man, we made it through.
All right, final question for you. So I think it would be homecoming weekend this week, but regardless, I know, maybe, I'm not sure. Anyway, but regardless of that, so we play our home games at Hughes. So what is this experience like for you and the team to play in this massive college stadium every Friday night, just get the full Friday Night Lights experience of just this huge field, the whole atmosphere?
When you start crying.
I know.
So being able to play there, and I said there like that because that's Hughes Stadium. It's just for a bunch of guys who played back in the day, played for McClatchy. You might take a whipping, but you got to play at the best stadium in Sacramento, which is ridiculous. And so, compared to all the other schools that don't get that, and I'm glad that's one takeaway from performing or entertaining at McClatchy on the football field, that you always can say that you got a chance to go there and play in front of your classmates at one of the finest stadiums in Sacramento. Historical at that. Now, I know back in the day when we used to play SAC, and I was in the 30s, 40s, 50s, there used to be 20,000, even the 70s, 60s, 70s, I think there used to be 20 to 30,000 people at Hughes Stadium watching those games. But I'm happy that we have kids who still come out and just come out and support their classmates, but I'm glad they socialize as well, because that's what the football gear is all about, is just having fun and getting some of that steam off your chest from the 5 days that sucked. You can say, yeah, well, my team sucks, bro. But yeah, think that's you stating we're lucky. We're so lucky to be here.
All right. I think it's time. I mean, you said you didn't really have words for this, but if you have any final words you'd like to say, like a quote or words of wisdom or anything that you'd like to end off with.
Man, I never, it was hard for me. I always took each day, you know, I don't know, I might have a problem with 2 players and I have to say, okay, we got a meeting, guys, or one of our players got caught smoking weed around too. Okay, we got a meeting, guys. So there was a different quote every day or every game, but man, you know, it's a great day to, don't say that. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I don't have anything, Ethan. I just want everybody to have fun playing the game and not get hurt. As long as we go home, if we're going home healthy, we all right.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Coach Floyd, for coming on. This was one of my favorite interviews so far. I had a great time. I hope you had a great time.
Okay, listen, man. When I say, you know, those things that I cherish these experiences, I really do. Cause look at, okay, I know what I'm about to do right now. As soon as I hang up, I'm about to go grab that PlayStation controller, and I'm about to put all my anxiety in denial for a little bit, and I'm gonna play 2K for a little bit, and then I'm gonna get to work. I'm just gonna, you know, decompress, enjoy a little bit of Sunday before, you know, this work week starts. So, you know, in a couple years, I'm gonna be able to just relax and chill. But that's why I try to tell these kids, please work hard, and later on, you'll be able to be like you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming on. Thanks, Coach Floyd. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And yeah, come back next week. No, it's all good. You want to finish it off, Coach?